Having drilled holes on a brake rotor makes it easy for heat, gas, and water to quickly be moved away from the rotor surface, keeping the brake performance strong. Duh, really? Yeah. Say, but what they don't tell you is that, man, it really makes it pop. Yeah, drilled rotors are awesome. It just gives the look of a bike a lot more, okay? I mean, come on. This is boring. It just sucks. But, you know, that's what we got, especially from the 80s. So, what I want to do is I want to take you guys, I want to show you how I drill brake rotors to give them a little bit better performance. Now, this is not a leader bike, okay? Does it need drilled rotors? Yeah, probably not. But it does make it look so much better. So I want to take you guys along with me and show you how I do this. Oh yeah, and by the way, hi, welcome back to Cycle Fab. Glad you can join me. Let's get to this. First thing I do is I wipe everything down really well and clean it with lacquer thinner. Then I'll take my layout dye and spray it on all the surfaces. Okay, now the first thing that I do after I get the layout dye on it is I measure the width of the brake pad engagement from here to here, out to the edge. Then I do some simple division and figure out how many rows I can squeeze in there. Now I'll be using a 1/4 inch drill. Now this happens to be carbide. You don't have to use a carbide drill. It does help though. This is tempered steel, but it's not that hard. Now after I find out the width that I'm working with, which in this case is 1 inch 700 thousandths, I just use a pair of calipers to measure it. I divide that up to however many rows I think that I want to get in there. I want to be able to get 3 rows on this. Now you're going to want to come in a good bit from the edge. I'm coming in 300 thousandths. Now 300 thousandths is what I'm going to continue to use, center point to center point. In other words, the center of this drill hole to the center of the next drill hole is going to be 300 thousandths. Now these holes are going to be staggered. The column's going to be in a swirl type fashion. So they're not going to interfere with each other. If we were doing this in a straight line and I was drilling just a straight row, then that would be too close. There's no way I could get 4 rows in here spacing a 250 thousandths drill 300 thousandths from point to point. It would be too thin in between the holes. But since we're spacing it out, I can get more holes, I can get more rows. That's the reason why they do that. Now, the first thing is just simply scribe lines. Now, the first line is 300. Now we move it out to 600. Second line, that'll be my second row. Now out to 900. Now when I say 3, 6, 9, I'm talking in thousandths. 300 thousandths, 600 thousandths, 900 thousandths. And now 1 inch 200 thousandths. Okay. There's my rows. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll have 4 rows staggered. Now, there's 360 degrees in a circle. So I want 9 holes, all right? 360 divided by 9 is 40. What that means, that 40 is 40 degrees. So every 40 degrees, I'll have a hole. Now let's go on over to the mill and a rotary table and start drilling. This is a rotary table. This is how I determine degrees and manipulate a circle. What I have in here is an end mill, carbide, 1/4 inch. Now the reason why I use a end mill instead of a drill is because they leave better holes. There's no burrs on the other side after I go through. Now I went and made an alignment plug, and what this does, it aligns my rotor to the center of the table. Okay, now I've got my first row of holes done. What I'm going to do now, you remember the little etch marks that I put on them, each at 300 thousandths? I'm back at that same point. That's my starting point and my ending point. Now what I'm going to do is shift the table over 300 thousandths, go to my second row, and re-index my turntable 5 degrees. I'll advance 5 degrees for every row. That's how we get that. You can do it either 5 or 10 degrees, but 5 degrees would be best. And you'll get just a nice swooping swirl effect. So stay with me and you'll understand what I mean when you see the finished product. Okay, 5 degrees looks good. We'll have a nice swirl going on. I want to go ahead and wipe this layout die off of here so you can get a better picture of just how nice this really came out. Just venting the rotors gives the bike so much more pop. I mean, it's just a better appearance overall, really. And it doesn't really take that much to do this. Now, granted, yeah, I do have a mill to do it on and a rotary table. There. Much better. Much, much better. Yeah, it really dresses them up. And it does add performance to it also. I mean, braking performance. It helps keep your rotors more cool. Okay, after I get finished drilling the holes, I come in with a deburr on the end of my drill. See it right there. And just come in and very quickly, not much pressure, and chamfer these holes and knock the burrs off, so on and so forth. I could do this in the mill, but it takes an unnecessary amount of time. This is much quicker. Also, you're going to want to do both sides. Okay guys, I'm going to go over a couple of things. You probably heard me say drill at one time and end mill at the other. And the reason why is because I used both. I had a drill go down on me, so I went ahead and swapped over to a carbide end mill. It doesn't matter which one you use, just which one seems to cut better at the time with the type of material that you're using or cutting. Also, another thing is, you probably noticed that I came out with a lot more holes than what I originally said I was going to do. The reason why is because after I got the 9 holes or the 9 rows done, it looked so good and I could squeeze in 9 more, I went ahead and did it. So now I have 18 rows and 5 holes in each row. So I got an extra hole and 9 extra rows. This brake rotor is going to stay cool, really. And I had plenty of material in there. I just hit my 100th subscriber about a week ago, and I just want to say thank you to all of you, really. You keep coming back and watching my channel, and I've got new viewers out there that are watching, and I'd really wish you'd go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Now next week I'll be back with something new to show you guys, and I hope you join in. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching.